A little bit about yourselves and what you're doing.
Well, we're with Gideonites International.
Mm-hmm.
We distribute Bibles around the world, 180 countries around the world. Completely free. We pass them out at schools, at colleges, medical centers, hospitals, retirement homes.
We put Bibles in the motels.
Oh, you're the guys that put the Bible in the hotels.
We're the Bible people that put them in the hotels.
And we also give Bibles to prisoners in prisons. And we also give Bibles to the servicemen that are going overseas.
Speaking of which, we just had Jeremy Scahill here. He was a journalist that wrote the book Blackwater about the private mercenaries in Iraq. How do you guys feel about what we're doing in Iraq in the Bush administration? Do you think that Bush is a man of God?
Well, that's actually not why we're here to discuss politics. But,
okay.
As a general rule, I will accept someone's profession of faith at face value without evidence to the contrary. I mean, it's not our job to judge somebody else's walk with God.
Okay.
We're mainly out here to distribute God's word to the people.
What makes the Gideon Bible special? I mean, as opposed to other versions?
Nothing. It's just that it's an organization of businessmen that came together over 100 years ago for the sole purpose of providing Bibles to people across the world, and it's nothing special about it. It's just
there's no new translation or anything?
This happens to be a New King James Version, but you can get that version in any Bible bookstore. They also offer them in the King James Version and several other translations. It's not that there's anything special about it. This is just, there's a lot of people who either don't own them, have never bought one, can't afford to buy one. Some countries where they can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
We're just here to distribute it. That's it. There's no.
So what would you say are your personal favorite passages in the New Testament?
We distribute the Bible all over the world, you know.
Oh, it's a worldwide organization then.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Why is it called Gideon? Is that the?
Well, that's the name of the organization.
Oh,
And at
okay.
one time, even in the Old Testament, there's a man named Gideon.
Yeah, Gideon.
What did Gideon do in the?
He was in the Book of Judges, and God had him. He was at that time the judges were kind of the rulers of the people, and there was a group or a country called the Gideonites that were coming against the Israelites, and so God chose Gideon to lead the army against them. And rather than raising up this huge army of tens of thousands of people, he had Gideon choose 300 men to go against the entire army of the Midianites.
So you guys are kind of like that army then, right?
Well, I think they chose that because originally it was a very small group of Christians that were choosing to do this, and the idea being that, you know, in Gideon's case, it was not by the strength of the people that the victory was accomplished, it was through God's power. So they chose that it was not through our efforts that anything has accomplished, it's through God, and we're just here just passing out His word. That's all we're doing. It's not about us.
All we're trying to do is just get God's word to the people.
Do you think there's a lack of faith on college campuses these days?
No, we don't.
No, I mean, I think that there's a lot of people of faith in all walks of life. And there's also, I mean, you can walk into a Christian college campus and find people that don't really, they go to school there, but they don't really believe. So it just depends.
I think the main purpose, we just want to get God's word to the people. We're trying to obey God's command to bring the gospel to the people. That's all we want to do.
It's not a denomination.